There are a lot of very successful first-person shooter games, and even more that, after they have their moment in the light, they die and fade away into memory without really sticking out for much longer, more than maybe a year. A good game has longevity. People still play games like Quake, Unreal 2004, and Counter-Strike 1.6 long after their release dates and their heydays. Even some of the older Call of Duty titles like World at War still have dedicated fan bases. What all these games have in common? What gives a game longevity? Well, it's pretty simple, and it's one thing that Titanfall 2 needs to have the same sort of cult-like longevity that plenty of other first-person shooter titles have, and that's community servers. Alright, that's it. Video over. Yeah, just kidding. I want to talk about community servers and their importance to video games and why we see them less and less with newer titles. These community servers used to be the norm. Aforementioned games like Quake and Unreal and older deathmatch games were able to be held on a server by players in the game, not the developers like it is today. They could add whatever changes they wanted and moderated the servers themselves. Coupled with modding communities, you had some amazing game modes and maps that weren't shipped with the game, and these older games developed dedicated communities that keep their games relevant far past their day. Take, for instance, older Call of Duty games. Call of Duty 4 and World at War both have community servers and are both played until this day. The best example I can give of this in a modern game is Battlefield. Battlefield has always had community servers, even on console. They've kept this up all the way from 1942 to the franchise's newest releases. The modern servers are a bit more limited, but there's still plenty of settings to change. The shift on PC at least seems to really be an effort to provide a more homogeneous multiplayer experience. Developers want more control over what people experience when they load up the next Call of Duty or Battle Royale game. There has to be one kind of experience to expect. But I think we lose something in this. Valve is a company that has handled custom and community servers the best. They thrive off of it. I mean, hell, half of their games are either community-made mods turned full releases, or they continue to be heavily modded themselves. Valve has taken the passions of their community, and instead of being a Nintendo and squashing it with cease and desists, have encouraged it and watched it grow, and eventually it makes them money. You'd think EA would sniff out the money-making possibilities and just jump on the train. I understand why community servers are becoming an outlier and are no longer the norm. It's scary to let your game into the wild and give community some control. I'm sure for some developers, it dilutes the experience that they were trying to create during the game's development process, but in other developers' eyes, people can do some pretty amazing things that devs never see coming. I mean, who saw Counter-Strike having surfing lobbies, or Team Fortress 2 having lobbies with go-karts? I think that if Titanfall 2 is going to survive into the years without developer support, community servers and a server browser is something that the game is going to have. It's almost the perfect game for it, too. Imagine loading up your lovely copy of Titanfall 2, regardless of platform, being able to set filters for guns and settings. I mean, you could load into a 24/7 glitch-only server with Grenadiers only and 200% movement speed, or Kravers only with double health and zero gravity. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless with a game like Titanfall for things like custom game modes or even some community-made maps. Titanfall is a niche game with a very, very dedicated fan base that'd probably take the reins on this idea and do it 110%. If it's worth doing to the Titanfall fan base, you know they're probably going to do it at 120 miles an hour while grappling and 360 no-scoping Viper in the face, if you get what I mean. In conclusion, community servers are a good idea. Titanfall 2 would benefit immensely from giving the community some essence of control over its own destiny by allowing them to host their own servers with their own architecture. Especially if Respawn does not plan on supporting the game or franchise in the future, and if this is the last entry we're going to see for a while, make it one that will last. Well, I hope you all got something out of the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps me a ton, and I appreciate every bit of support the channel gets. Leave me your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about community servers and the idea that Titanfall should have them? I've got some links down in the description as well, so please go check those out. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.